see here. Let's see here. Not these ones. These ones? Thank you for your patience, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope you're having a wonderful Friday. Maybe one of them will sleep in that bed eventually. Let's fire up some wow. Let's see what we got here. This will not be contained. How do you do the previous video? Same way you do any video. I have a random favorite pet button that's actually default in the game. If you open your pet journal, there's a button there that you can drag onto a bar. And I just have a ton of pets favorited. So then I can hide my UI, RP walk, spin my camera around backwards, auto walk, or run. And then I hit the button every now and then to get a new pet out. Hello, we'd like to talk to you about your moose. Oh, Mount's extended warranty, not Moose's extended warranty. Moose, do you have a warranty? I left a lot of lights on out there, didn't I? That's not very power smart of me. Let's see. I guess I'm being power smart by only running one PC to stream. How are you guys doing? I have chaos. Chaos is reigning here. Also, is this gonna work? I'm not sure. I had a catastrophe last night. Not a serious catastrophe, but a kind of a messy one. I was raiding. Let me see. Oh, rats. Fiddlesticks. So here's what happened. I was raiding. You know, run, heal, 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 whatever. And I had a pot of green tea, and a big mug of green tea, and I was drinking it, and it was pretty early in the raid, maybe like half an hour, 1 hour into a 3-hour raid. And I don't even know what my excuse is, but I spilled my tea. It was a pretty full mug of tea. It had a handle. I was holding it by the handle, and it was kind of a whoa motion where you just throw the tea out of the mug onto your desk for no reason. And unfortunately, I threw it, well, onto a lot of stuff, so things were kind of wet. I was kind of wet. But approximately 20 minutes later, my keyboard is Elfredo. Moosey, she don't want to play with you. And I was hoping if I sat it upside down over a towel overnight and let it dry, that perhaps it would work this morning. Alas, no dice. So the way I ended up finishing the raid, because it was not working last night and I had 2 hours of raid left, was I harvested this bad boy. This is the cheapest possible Logitech wireless keyboard. I usually use this in my living room to control my media PC. It's the kind of thing that I just stick on the coffee table. Feel like I could snap it like a corn chip. But it does work. So I'm gonna swap this out and we're gonna game on this today, and I might be going shopping because I did a dumb thing. I will say that this keyboard, may it rest in peace, has done a good life. It's not brand new. It's got like the finish is all messed up here. You can't really see it. I guess maybe a little bit. It's like shiny where it should be matte because I once spilled acetone. Straight acetone for like a nail thing, but I spilled straight acetone on it and it eroded the finish. Survived that. I don't know how many years I've had this, but enough for the WASD. Hang on, you want to focus? It's not that gross. I cleaned it vaguely recently. Oh wow, it really isn't one. There it is. Enough for the S and the S anyways to be completely worn off, which isn't really a good look. You know, you don't really want to be backpedaling, but I don't feel like I do that much. Maybe it's from something else. Yeah, I did clean it with green tea recently. That's true. Moosey, does it smell good? Does it smell nice? Does it smell dead? Rip. Oh well. If anybody has any other ideas of anything that might revive it, it seems to be working very intermittently, but like it'll work for like 10 seconds and then it'll be like, you know what, never mind. So I think she might just be toast. Rest in peace. You've lived a long life. I'll put you back on top of your funeral towel. I'm gonna plug my little dinglebobby in. Technical name. So I can use this wireless keyboard. At least I had one. I was going through my box of yeah, that works. Of stuff. I have like that gray chest that used to be in the background of my news videos. It's hollow and it's filled with stuff. Microphones, cameras, lenses, mounts, tripods, cables, adapters, etc. And I thought I had another keyboard in it, but then I remembered that that one died too, and I got rid of it. So I am out of mechanical keyboards. Good news is I know what I like. Yeah, I've heard the rice thing. Have you considered rating using a joystick? The rice thing seems messy. We must prepare a proper funeral. I only use $10 keyboards. I spill drinks way too often. I used to be really good about using closed top cups, like my water bottle with a straw. I didn't have anything like that for tea, but I didn't think I needed it because I thought I had grown. I may have grown, but I still spill my stuff. Go back to the keypad. Oh, I don't have them anymore. I think it actually, did it break or did I get rid of it? It might have broken. I might have just chosen not to replace it. I don't remember the details, but hey, what are you eating? That's soap. I have my top drawer open because I got my lip balm out, and I have like these. Oh, you want the tennis ball. You don't want the soap. You want the tennis ball. I don't think I can give this to you, buddy. You rip the fuzz off and then you eat it, and then it's very upsetting for everybody later. Try a hairdryer. Yeah, I'll give a hairdryer a go. I think with rice, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, buddy. Here, let me go find you a ball that you can have. My heart's breaking for it. And then I can turn off this light. What about this one, buddy? This one squeaks. You like that? What do you think? He loves balls, but they're forever getting stuck under the furniture. And the tennis balls, originally it was something for me to fidget with, and then sometimes we use them to like roll out. Like muscle, oh buddy. Roll out muscle knots on your back. But then Moose finds them and then he's like, tennis ball, because he loves them. But he does tend to peel them, and that's not so good. Alright, let me see. I've managed to game well enough, actually, with this keyboard, all things considered. We got some, no 99 parses, but we got some, like, 94s. And we progressed. Woo! We killed 2 new bosses that we had not yet killed on Heroic. So, and then we did some progress on Silken Cord as well. So, all in all, everything considered a successful progression raid night, tea catastrophe notwithstanding. Hazel? My enchanting, finally, starting to pay off. Nice. Big doggy. Same $10 mess from Walmart. Don't need the fancy, flashy, expensive things. Yeah. I guess it's just different. I'm more comfy on my normal stuff. And then I use the side buttons on my mouse for sure. What is it? Are you going to chew up my to-do list? Because then I don't have to do it. Hi, baby. He's not on camera, but he's so cute. Hi, sweetie. His dad's out fishing this morning, and I went to yoga this morning, and then when I got home, Moose was like, everybody left! He had like a glove in the middle of the room. He was doing a dance. He's always happy to see me, but he was like extra. Today, I need to figure out what's important to me and what's not important to me in game, and what I would like to do with my day, because I would love to relax. Oh, I got up like 3 times. I never got any water. That's gonna bite me in the butt. Nope, can't get dehydrated. Sorry. One sec. Alright, I found it. I can't lie, my partner spoils me rotten. And often he will fill up my water bottle and then put it on my desk before I start stream so I have it ready to go. And because he's not home this morning, I'm like, wait, what? I have to function by myself? Wah! I used to be an independent person, and I'm not anymore. Is there anything? How's my concentration looking? 500, 400, that's fine. Let's check the patron orders. The squeak summoned my dogs, and now they're disappointed that I don't have a squeaky toy. Aw, he wants a Murloc. He may help himself to a Murloc. He's been doing that. This whelp is on my desk right now, looking a little bit crusty because, well, because Moosey liked the blue one. Nice. Feels good. If you could expire any 23 more hours, then it'll expire. Acuity, augment runes acuity. Yeah. For only two star. That's fine. That's great. So we'll do that. I just need a null lotus and then we're all good for that one. Partner camp catching tonight's dinner. Yeah, he sent me a picture. He already got like a massive rockfish. Kitty, you want to come up? So maybe it's a fish and chips night. Who's to say? He fishes a lot more than me now because I will do yoga in the mornings where I'll be streaming. And he's getting much better than me. We started fishing together. Yeah, she don't like it. Lucy, what if you just settle down in your bed? Not once has she ever played with you. Hey, you should, listen. I don't want to be collateral here. Lucy, can you go lay down? Can you at least sit? Good boy. What if you lay down right here? I know, honey. I know. I know it's so hard. He's also, I think Moose also doesn't really care for raid nights. Because the last 2 nights, he has started getting the 8 p.m. zoomies, which he never got before raid, but that's approximately halfway through the raid night. And I think it's because I'm not paying attention to him. He just starts losing his beans. He'll start like romping and rioting and throwing toys at me and taking like a toy and then just like shoving it into my elbow. He like put his head through my armpit and then started chewing on my sleeve, being like, Mom, come on. And the first night on Wednesday when he did this, I thought maybe he really had to go out, because usually if he's causing a ruckus, it's because he really has to go. And then it turned out no, didn't. Just bored. Just not happy that raid is not about him. Partner up fishing without you, he's gonna spot orcas. It's gonna be like humpback whales or something magical. And then what do I need for this? Do I have everything? No. No, I need 5 lore drops. I'm sure I have 5 lore drops and maybe 3 more blessing blossoms will do it. How have you found healing keys this season? Did a Siege 4 last night. Have never been more stressed in my life. I have found it to be exciting, which is a nice way of spinning stress. I did what did I do on stream yesterday? We did an 8 City of Threads, and then we did like a 5 or a 6 Grim Batol, and they were both dramatic from what I recall. I don't remember what I'm buying. I really should get that profession shopping list. Should I just do that now? Curse Forge. New add-on. Let's try it. People have been pitching this to me for a week. Is that you? Thank you for the 4-month resub. Hi, Hazel. Hi. Let's get a new add-on. Profession shopping list? Is it because it's fall and it's a PSL? Is that the joke? Or is that just incidental? Jane Robin, thank you for the 5-month resub. That's the new affix this week. I think I hate it. Yeah, it's like for sure worse than the last one. It's okay, but I'm busy. And if I'm busy, then I know everybody else is busy. So I don't think anybody actually wants to be running around getting them. But it's really annoying when you miss any of them. That's no good at all. There you go, 260. I'm getting up to the point where I could make another piece of profession equipment, so that's kind of nice. I was gonna do, it was the concentrated ingenuity, so I'm pretty sure I just need 5 lore drops and 5 blessing blossoms. We can do like maybe silver. Hi Hazel, hi chat. Hope today finds you cozy. Thank you, Seeds. I was chilly this morning and I was thinking, you know what? I could wear a different sweater every day of the week. I have them. I brought them out. They're all nicely laid out in my closet. Which one do I want today? I'm so spoiled. I want this one. It's this particular sweater's winter debut. And I'm quite happy this sweater has lived this long, because I remember buying this and it must have been like 4 to 7 years ago, somewhere in that range. I don't remember exactly, but I remember the vague part of my life I was in. And I remember it being the most money. It was about $100, which nowadays is like what you pay for anything. But at the time I was like, this is the most money that I've ever spent on just like a sweater. But it was like really soft and it looked really warm. And I'm perpetually cold, so it's easy to sell me warm clothes because they promise me the fantasy of not being cold anymore. And I bought it, and I've washed it very carefully, and it's like pilled for sure. But generally speaking, in pretty good shape, no holes. Feels nice, still nice and warm. Every winter that I pull it out, I'm happy, so I think it's worth it. Start order. Can I make that one? I can. Didn't like a sentence either. Needed to shut up the glass. The balls are rough on the City of Threads boss that spawns almost identical looking balls. Yeah. Agree. I mean, to be fair, you want to get those balls too. I'm pretty sure those are like, you want to uncoagulate them, you want to soak them. But the Xalatath orbs at least don't hurt you quite that badly. This is nice. 270. What about alchemy? How are we doing over there in alchemy? I did see the trading post for October. I'm gonna get the pet. And that might be it. I think that the Harvest Golem set looks really cool, but I don't think I'm personally gonna get it. So, I don't think I can make this scepter. And lucky it just offers an augment rune. I don't have that recipe, so I think I'm gonna get myself 2 spores, and then how much storm dust do we have? Not enough. We'll get 2 spores and 10 storm dust. Haven't touched Grim Batol yet at all. Kind of scared of it. I don't blame you. It's a little scary. There's always something going down in Grim Batol. Tyrannical Week was really rough on the last boss, and now Fortified Week is really rough on the back half of the instance worth of trash. But it's satisfying when you do it, you know. It feels good once you're through it. What does my Grim Batol score look like? It is middle of the pack. I have my best timed run was a 2. I've completed it on a 7. I think more than once, but never in time. I think I've untimed multiple 7s. Thank you, your Jordan 1s feel a bit sick. They arrived yesterday, so happy with them. Congrats. Yeah, sometimes you have to treat yourself. I see you're a Stone Vault enjoyer. I don't even know what it is. I don't even remember this too. I think it's the dungeon that I got lost in. It's got a lot of different branches. I don't know what's going on in there. It just hasn't come up. I will do any key that comes up that my friends decide to do when we're running keys. I think nobody's just had a Stone Vault. I'm sitting on a Necrotic Wake 8. I'm pretty sure if I got a good Stone Vault, it would give me Keystone Master. Like if I did like a 7 in time, it would probably get me my 111 points. And then City of Echoes is also its own problem. But, you know, I'm not in a big hurry. I think I'm going to do some keys off stream tonight. I guess I'm going to do them on this keyboard. I think I'm going to get a new keyboard, but I'm probably not going to go in person because I don't want to go out again. I don't want to drive to a Best Buy. What am I doing? I was doing some work orders. That's right. Oh, I did alchemy already. This is enchanting. I said it backwards before. Also, I installed that add-on and then I completely forgot to look and see what it does. It has minecarts and a big box. I have died in Stone Vault. That does bring back memories. 280. I kind of don't want to get to 300 right now because I would prefer to not feel like I should probably get another piece of stuff made. I am good for knowledge, which is nice. I've got all of my professional knowledge for the week on this particular character. I think that my hunter needs some. What is going on with my talents? Why do I have a point to spend? What do you mean? No, I don't. Abandon changes. What am I in? It doesn't really matter. Any tips in keeping Prayer of Mending on cooldown as an H-Priest in Raid? Yeah. You press it. You press it a lot. I used to have a weak aura that whenever it was off cooldown, the icon would pop up really big and it would like do the hokey pokey to remind me to press this button. Over time you get a muscle memory for it. But yeah, you want to be... It's important. I know it's not very satisfying to hear, well, press it more. Weak auras might help. I used to just make them for that. It's pretty easy to do it for just a specific spell when it's on cooldown. You could even have it honk at you. You could give it a sound cue if you want. Or you can just kind of get into the habit of like keeping an eye on it. But that's a nice one because I never want to hold it for anything. Sometimes with my other cooldowns, even Halo, I'll be like, well, I might want to hold it for like this moment in the fight. But with Prayer of Mending, it's like, frick it, send it. I don't know if this is the right thing to do, but I like whenever I'm playing Oracle and I'm healing dungeons, whenever I get the red one up, I use that to just send out like 4 prayers of mending. I press the red premonition. I don't remember what it's called, but the one that reduces your cooldowns. And I'll just like fire out a ton of palms. And that's nice to have out like in advance. I'll put them on to different people. And it's nice to have it in advance of like raid damage or anything really in a dungeon. This is going to drive me bunko. Alright, lovely. I wanted to do some more side quests, I think. I'm sort of halfway through the Sojourner achievement. Although, maybe I should also do... I guess I can do whatever I want. I'm a grown-up. Get the rest of my profession knowledge on my hunter. Because tomorrow is Saturday, which means tomorrow is Fishing Derby Day. They've posted some updates about the Fishing Derby that doesn't quite put it back to where it was for doing it on one character, but it does make it better than it was last week. So I might actually end up doing the Derby tomorrow twice. I might do it on 2 separate characters. I only have 2 characters, but I might do it on both of them. So if there's anything non-Derby related that I want to do today, I should probably do it today. I like the way that bug mat runs. I have the Trading Post one. This is the chance to buy a cute keyboard. Done with black, gray, cute keyboards. I'm open to cute. I like cute things. I need it to have cherry brown switches. I am not flexible on the switches. I need it to be a mechanical keyboard, fairly sturdy, braided cable, because let's be honest, I've sawed through some cables in my life, and cherry brown switches. If it has all those things, I know you can get like custom keycaps and stuff, but there's a certain point at which I stop spending money. Alright, I wanted to get the rest of my gathering knowledge, so maybe if I start up top, I need to get my treatises done. I may as well send those now, and then we can keep gathering to get the slate and like the drop ones. So you were not switching on switches. Nah. I am old enough to know what I like with keyboard switches, and those are my personal preferred switches. I have a weak word that meows at me shortly before meta and I beam come off cooldown. Has it for a lot of other important spells. Mostly use it for Demon Hunter. That sounds like a good idea. Like the old BAM sound alert. The amount of things versus how much tender you get is really becoming a problem. Yeah, they do that very deliberately. They don't want you to get everything. They don't want you to feel comfortable. They want you to hurt. Okay. Track. This is my new add-on. This is my new add-on. I don't know how to use it yet. Why? Oh, there we go. And then herbalism. Did it add it to my list? Let's not track Warbank. It did, okay. Why is... Oh no, that's fine. What did all these buttons do? This is profession shopping list. I'm new and I'll feel better in a minute. Why is it so cramped? Create an auctioneer shopping list. Initiates a search. Clear recipes. Open settings. Are there any particular settings that we like here? Seems fine. What else? We can lock the window. Alright, so now let's open the auction house. Best way to get cheap one-handed weapons crafted? I don't know if crafted and cheap are the same sentence. Which reminds me, I have another story. So we open the shopping tab and then we press this button. So I bought that. This doesn't seem better than what I was doing before yet. 2 ciphers. 2 spores. I guess it's combining my... And then I guess I need apricot ink as well. It's combining multiple things and it's supposed to be just doing it one at a time. And then if we open all of it... Okay, that does look better. Alright. I'll be patient. No. because I want to set up. I have to type thank you. Thank you. There we go. That's my mining treatise. I'm not convinced this has saved me any amount of time, but it's early. I won't kill it just yet. Alright, there we go. We've set up our mining and herb treatises. Good for patron orders. Finally figured this out yesterday. How do you usually get your enchanting DE knowledge? Get enough BOEs or do you buy them? I just get enough stuff. World quests, drops, stuff. I do weeklies. Yeah. It helps that my enchanter is my main, so I'm not. I play it a lot anyways. I'm doing like the theater and awakening the machine, and I'm doing the special order world quests and other world quests and dungeons and stuff. Like enough gear kind of crops up that I get it done without too much trouble. If I feel like I'm not going to play as much in the following week, also, you know what we should do is we should head down to the Weaver and then turn that on before we do anything else. If I feel like I'm not going to get that much gear to disenchant coming up, and I've already disenchanted enough items to get my knowledge for 1 week, I'll stop DEing stuff. I'll sit on gear, I'll fill up a bag with it, and then I'll DE it after the weekly reset rolls over when it can be eligible for new knowledge drops. I've only done that once or twice. I find I get enough gear. Keeps up with what the customer provides. That is handy. That is helpful. I'll try it for patron orders tomorrow, or the next day, or whenever there's more of them, I suppose. So I want to go back to exactly where I just was. Almost. This is the zone that this is going to be my last zone to really try to figure out and do a bunch of side quests on. I'm not even on my main right now. But I'm not sure of anything. I have an idea that the pact is warband wide. Choose a member, aid the Weaver. Weaver's Prodigy, yeah. So 30% gathering and crafting speed. This will affect all characters in your warband. Yes, okay, my thought was true. That's nice. And then, is this a warband-wide quest? Or, like, what are we saying here? Once per warband. I guess everybody... No, it's not. Everybody could get a little bit of it. Oh, well, that makes me feel like I should do, like, world quests or something on this character. But I don't need them. I'm here to gather. I have 15 minutes left on this true site file. Yeah, we can do a little bit of both. Tips in gaining artisan's acuity. Do as many crafting orders, like patron orders, as you possibly can. Every single day, I check them to see if there's anything new. And anything that offers acuity, I will do unless it's, like, so expensive. Unless it's, like, going to cost me, like, 20,000 gold. And they don't do that anymore. They've changed them now, so they no longer give you as expensive to fill work orders. So I will patron orders. It helps if you have 2 crafting professions, so you can do patron orders twice. You're also going to get a bit of acuity whenever you learn a knowledge point, so making sure that you keep up with your knowledge points is really important. It was important anyways, but quests can be each tuned for the sack. Yeah, it might be good to get the bucket on this character. I'm still figuring out what I want my level of weekly involvement to be on this tune, because originally I was just going to gather and that's it. And there's nothing wrong with that. But if I could, like, I don't know. Ooh, a slab of slate. If I could just, like, you know, easily get... Oh, no, I thought I was going to herb that. That's a snail. A couple of weekly caches for, like, some veteran gear, whatever. That doesn't seem like the end of the world. Do you find the treatise worth it for 1 knowledge point? Trying to maximize those weekly knowledge point gains. Don't want to drop a ton of gold to do so. It's hard to define worth it, and I'm not really tracking my profits and losses when it comes to that kind of thing. I'm taking the stance of I'm going to get as much knowledge as I humanly can. I'm going to pay whatever it costs as long as it doesn't literally make me broke. And then I'm just going to kind of hope it pays off later. I don't know if that's a good strategy, but it's nice and black and white. It's pretty binary, which makes it easy for me to make decisions. So I always get my treatises. I do spend some gold on them. Maybe it's not worth it, but it feels worth it for me just to clear them out of the weekly knowledge thing. Profession Knowledge Tracker is a weak aura that I have a link to right there. I like that one a lot. It's very good. I ought to work my way up. Some of these must be easy. Some of these must be very easy world quests we could do. Because we have like the whole weekend, so I could probably get this Weaver Pack thing done just with like racing quests and then racing quests and pet battle quests. I bet you that will work. See, this worse since my inscription still gets skill ups for making them. Yeah, people that buy them like I do from the thing. This is like 7 mil. Am I gonna be okay? One way to find out. Yeah. Have an alt that can do treatises. Probably my most used crafter. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Inscription makes a ton of good stuff. Speaking of inscription, I gave a bunch of gold to a scribe yesterday. And then even more to the auction house in general because I would like to announce formally to the world. I finally crafted stuff on my main. I took my 3 sparks and my 2 enchanted runed harbingers crests. And I spent about 100,000 gold to make a staff and to make a pair or a cloak, I believe. A staff and a cloak at, 5 rank quality. So 619. So I got a 619 staff, I got a 619 cloak. I did the Dark Moon Sigil Ascension and then the one that copies it on the cloak. So that's the other reason why I'm gathering, is because I spent a third of my net worth making some gear. But I will say we progressed in raid last night and I was able to do more healing. I was doing maybe 100 to 200k more healing per second than I was the previous week. Obviously that's not just from the crafted gear, that would also be from item level upgrades that I've had and maybe practice or something, but I think it made a difference. We went from floating kind of like a 1.12 to maybe 1.3 mil HPS in some fights. So I'm hoping it was worth it. I don't want to refine bismuth. I want tons and tons. Ooh, I want full null stones. Yeah, that would be sweet. That'll be good. World boss completes it. I should do a world boss. You did a thing! Prices are obscene. The reason it cost so much was because I bought gold mats for, oh man, I bought completely gold mats for all of the things. It's possible that if I had known more intimately what the crafter's knowledge was like, that I could have gotten away with doing silver for some things or some amount of silver mats. But I was already paying them for their concentration, so I didn't want to, I wanted to just go in there with like straight gold mats and make it nice and straightforward. And then I also wanted to tip reasonably well because, yeah, I only wanted to get that done once. I am selling Q1 mats. There probably is a point at which you refine them, but I think it takes, what, 5 to 1? And usually Q2 is not worth 5 times more than Q1. I think. Let me double check actually. If we go here, mining, journal, refine bismuth. Yes, it's 5 to 1. Copper bismuth is currently looking like it costs 39 gold. And then silver is 40 gold. So that is very much not worth it. You should just sell the copper stuff. I don't know if people are buying it at those prices, but it usually seems to sell. I don't usually struggle with it too bad. Yeah, I got really excited when we were able to refine mats in Dragonflight, and then it never really turned out to be worth it. Usually the prices don't drop that dramatically for the cheap stuff. I just bought Widow's Undercrawler. Very nice. Congratulations. The mining weekly is 2 null stones. I know, I did that. It was 14,000 gold, but it was for 3 knowledge points. You know, it wasn't just for 1. Wow, it was like 15 acuity and 3 knowledge. It was a total waste of gold, but I did it anyways, and I feel fine. I feel nothing. Rank 5, you generally need rank 3 mats. At most, you can use rank 2 missive embellishment. Yeah. Well, at least I got a mate at top rank, and they're 619. They don't have like the myth track thing. I could get them recrafted later if I get enough of those crests. I'm not expecting to get a ton of the top rank of crests because I'm probably just not going to do that many keys that high. Don't they not even kick in until you get like I don't know, 9s. I feel like 10 keys or something I'm gonna do once. I guess, well, maybe we'll get better. Maybe the gear will catch up and it'll start feeling a little bit better, but I'm not expecting to have a ton of that to go around, so I'm happy with those things at the item level they are for now. It's alright. I'm not a mythic raider. Why would I need mythic item level stuff? Here we go. So yeah, you need to do 4 world quests to fulfill the thing. Is there any pet battles? The ring thing is fine. I like pet battle world quests because they're really fast and easy. And I don't have to shoot anybody. Oh, world boss. Alright, well, we'll mosey our way in that direction. Sleepy moose. Sleepy puppy. Sometimes going from silver to gold mats is slightly better than 5x, but it's rare. Gilded crest drop from the last 2 bosses of Heroic Palace. News to me, but I've never killed them. We were progressing on Silken Court, but we didn't kill it. I'm not clearing that far just yet. Don't think I'm getting the myth track crafted items anytime soon. Best vault slots are still tier 8 delves. I haven't done any delves this week, and I'm not sure that I'm going to. Oh, somebody made my treatises. Thank you. I'm not sure I'm going to. Because what I really need now are trinkets. And the trinkets I need are from raid and dungeons. Like Changeling, Spy Masters, that kind of thing. For Shadow, mind you. But, I already have a reasonably good delve trinket. And the rest of my gear is, like, looking okay. So maybe I should do delves, but will I? I don't know. Maybe not. There's gathering to be done. You won't get Titan Relics from World Boss unless you manage to kill it outside of a raid, which is a choice. Titan Relics. Oh, like the Titan Disc Fragments? That's fine. I'm still going to do it in a group. I didn't know you could get Titan Disc Fragments from it at all. I kind of figured that was just like rares and treasures and stuff. Heroic Spy Masters my vault this week. I could not believe it. Are you not raiding as a healer right now? Oh, I am. But my healing trinkets, like, Changeling would be good for healing. Changeling would also be good for Shadow. I have a normal Coagulum. I would take a Heroic Coagulum. But my healing trinkets are also not from delves. The only one that really is the Ritual Knife that I have, and I have one already. So I don't think that those slots are going to be super relevant for me. I don't know what key level drops Myth Track here in Vault. That's a great question. Somebody does. Somebody knows that. It's just not me. All right. But yeah, for this week's raid, I was Shadow up until Onsurek on normal, and then I swapped to Holy for Onsurek and then for Heroic. So I think it's going to be that kind of thing where when we're progressing, I can heal, and once we have things like comfortably on farm, then I can go DPS, and that should be nice and fun. So I want to make sure I have some good gear because it's, I don't want to say embarrassing. I shouldn't be embarrassed by my damage. It's not that serious, but I would like to be performing better, and trinkets are a big part of that. Or at least they feel like it anyway. I believe 10s, which stinks. 9 and up. Yeah, no, they were asking about Vault, though. 10, not 9? Oh, this is Orta. Anybody have a group? Hello? I would like to come. Thank you. What is this non-class colored frames? Here we go, we've tagged it, that's good. Oh, that almost kicked me off the edge. Maybe I'll get loot, that would be nice. I haven't gotten any world boss loot this expansion, but that doesn't mean it could never happen. Maybe today's the day. Today's not the day. Not unless I do it again on a different character. Alright. Getting out of here. Where's the pit battle? Is it hiding? Is it behind something? No, no pit battle. But there's days left. I think treasures and stuff also count. But yeah, feels good to be progressing in Raid. I'm glad we killed new bosses. I'm especially happy we killed Brood Twister, because Heroic Brood Twister had been quite a wall for us. It was just a really tricky one to get together. It can fall apart very quickly if even one person doesn't get on their correct egg. And sometimes in the chaos or like through the boss model, it can be hard to see which eggs are already occupied or which ones might be getting missed. So it was getting better with practice, but it's definitely still spicy. I think it was very lucky that on our kill poll, I didn't get picked for any eggs, because that meant I could just stand and heal, and also I'm not great at getting to the right egg either. I also am occasionally prone to panic, so it's lucky whenever I don't get chosen, which isn't... I don't think I get chosen very much. I don't know if we just have a big raid or if it doesn't like to pick healers. I have been chosen before, but not wildly often. I don't think it's because people were dead. I think it was something else, though. Ooh, there's some dirt. Only in WoW. Wow, some dirt. Yay. Love to see it. Correct brood, not a joke. Did you have to have a raid leader manually mark eggs? We had raid markers marking the patch of 4 and then the patch of 4, and then we would do the long line of them. So we would have a marker and they would be pinging. We weren't like assigning individual eggs or anything. We tried using a weak aura for a hot second and then gave up on that very quickly. But... oh, so many rares. Are you killable? Oh, sure. Why not? You're ascended. I'm ascended. Who's a Nerubian now? It's me. This model's sick. How many are in your raid? That's a great question. More than 10 and less than 30. It fluctuates on a night-to-night basis as well. People drop in, people drop out, that kind of thing. Technically 2 maps you can toggle for Ajkahet. I don't know if I did know that. The city. How much that's messing with TomTom for those that use it. I do get lost out here, but I think I just haven't spent enough time. I've been kind of slowly getting to know the zones from the top down, and Hallowfall and this one are definitely the 2 zones that I'm the most generally lost in. Genuinely don't know how pugs will do brood. Eventually you get to a point where pug raiders, they're the same people that have been doing it, and people kind of get to know the fight, and there's generally a high level of mastery eventually. Might just take a little bit of doing. I think if you're running smaller, pure luck of the draw. Heroic Kaiveza, quite the banger. Heroic Kaiveza was really fun, actually. That was very fun to play. I felt really good about that one because for whatever reason, I happened to have the hang of it. Some fights take me a lot longer to feel like I'm doing it well, and that one I felt like pretty much right away. I knew what was going to happen next, I knew what I wanted to do, I knew where I wanted to be. I definitely died, like messed up a couple times, but overall I felt really strong in that fight, and that's always a good feeling to feel some competence when you're not always running around like that. I had a great time. You don't feel the same about Brood Twister? No. On Brood Twister, there's a little part of me that's like, don't pick me, don't pick me, don't pick me. Whereas on Kaiveza, I feel like you can pick me for anything, and I know exactly where it is that I'm going. On Brood Twister, I sometimes, don't get me wrong, I have done eggs correctly before, but, and then the dispels are kind of messy, like, people will get out and then you dispel them, it's not that complicated, but sometimes there's like one person and they're just like stacked, or sometimes like, you're running out to try to get out of the way of them, but they're running in the same direction, and it's messy. I want... whenever somebody roots me, I go, and then I use my gnome racial and get out of it, and it's not a big deal at all, but I have to grumble first. Have I used all my knowledge? I must have used all of that knowledge. We have 7 knowledge here. We're capped there, so yeah, I guess we can keep going in the lore drop sphere of things. Don't see any reason why not. Nice. More finesse, more skill. Did I get... So we just have the treatise, and those are in the mailbox, so we can pick those up and use them. And that's my my weekly knowledge. I'm so happy I've been keeping up with gathering knowledge. I didn't even do that in Dragonflight for the whole expansion. I did it for a while. I for sure ran out of steam at some point, though. Get another batch of these true site files to carry around. Did a patron order that was offering an augment rune and it's nowhere to be seen? Got it in my mail. Yeah. There you go. How bad is the damage if you get rooted on Kaiveza on heroic? Rooted on Kaiveza. How do you get rooted on Kaiveza? It'll come to me. Rooted? We're talking about the same fight. I can't remember a root in that fight. Or if there is, it's dangerous. If we're talking about Silken Court, or Ovanax. Ovanax, you can live it, but the problem then happens if swirls are under your feet before you can get broken out of the root. And in Silken Court, again, you can live it, but the healers have to kind of channel some healing into you, and people need to bust you out right away. It's just like a big distraction. I'm trying to think. Maybe they're. I don't know. Why am I here? Oh, it's because I wanted this lore drop. Worth it, actually. I got one lore drop, and it's still worth it. Those things are so valuable. I could use full words. I know them. Yeah, I'm getting out of here. This is elite stuff. We don't like it. We're going uphill. There's a lot of rares over here, but it's probably because it's like a scary elite area. I think I'm just going to take her back to town. And use my new treatises, and then log back onto my main and see about some side questing, I think. Words are hard sometimes. The Ovanax healing requirement is nuts. Started prog on it last night. Ardred felt worthless. Everything hurts so badly. It helps once all the healers get a feel for keeping an eye on the tank's green debuff and just spamming them to top them right before it expires. No matter what else is going on and who else is about to die, if you don't top the tank before the debuff explodes, you guys are taking just truckloads of damage that you don't need to be. Not every class can do that effectively, but if everybody helps, and if the tanks are also doing a good job of like mitigating and swapping and stuff like that, it gets a lot better. Our early pulls in Ovanax, we were like, there's no way. And we still had to 5 heal it. We still had to pull one of our TPS onto healing to get through it, because it is, even done properly, is huge healing requirement. What else does a lot of damage in that fight, except the opening of a new canister? When the ads break out, I don't know exactly what they do. I don't really remember, but they do something. When you break a bunch of eggs, there's usually like a pretty good wave of damage that makes me feel like I want to use my cooldown, but then I'm like, nope, I gotta save this for the canister break. Okay. Well, what is it? Poor kitty was being terrorized by a moose when he was having his 8 o'clock raid zoomies last night. He was like, if mom won't play with me, maybe you will. And kitty was like, no. Meow. Go away. She ended up like sitting right by my feet, which is hard because then I keep putting my toes on her tail. I just don't like that either. No fun. Let's post all these things. This is all gold I get to keep, which is good because I spent a lot of gold yesterday and it feels good to have some of it coming back in. But yeah, I can show you our logs and stuff more for my own ego than anything for our Heroic Brood Twister kill. Because it's just, oh, I've been scammed. Oh well. It's fine. I'm not getting scammed there though. 22. 15. You gotta be careful of that. Just like 2 or 3 items that are 10 gold below. We can also figure out what it is that's hurting everybody so bad. But I'm just happy that it's a dead boss. Feels good. It means that we're gonna get, I think, 3 heroic vault options. I think. And then I'm going to log off of her so that I can save some of that true site file. But yeah, let me find my log. No, not World of Warcraft. Warcraft logs. This keyboard feels like typing on mushy bananas. I'm so used to the clicky clicky. Alright. There we go. Night 6. Brood Twister, Ovanex, Heroic, Kill. So, I was doing on our kill pull 1.4 mil HPS, and Alar was also pulling a mil, with everybody else pretty close to a mil. There's just a ton of healing going out. As far as damage taken, do we see, obviously these are the tanks, so that's good, that's where you want them to be. Vile Discharge, Volatile Concoction. Yeah, so we are taking a lot of damage from, I mean, to some extent swirlies, but a lot of the damage that's on everybody is still from Volatile Concoction. Even with a ton of attention to it, it was still just like buckets of healing that needed to be done. I like the gnome. I don't like using the campfire scene because it makes my gnome the size of my thumbnail, and I want to see her in her beautiful glory all zoomed in. She gets so small. Heal absorb debuffs on half the raid, plus chip damage can get a hand quake. Yeah, for sure. Where am I? I'm down here. Oh, I hit the least damage taken. I'm so proud. Volatile Concoction, Unstable Infusion, Ingest Black Blood, and then Poison Burst. So, as far as healing done, it was a 93. It wasn't like a 99 or anything, but a lot of my healing is going to be coming from... I actually spec'd out of Lightwell because I couldn't find it anywhere on my details, not as a pet, not as one of my healing abilities, and I'm like, well, if I can't find it, it can't be that important. I'm going back to Lightweaver because I was running and I wanted something else to play with. I'm able to get 2 salvas off in that fight. If I use 1 salva early on the first container, I actually get it back with how many Holy Word regens you have, so I was able to do that twice. So you see a lot of my healings from my mastery. Halo, I'm rating as Archon, and then you've got like Palm and Serenity and whatever. Like, well, just renew? Is that what it's putting on people? I need to look at my talents. But yeah, healing requirements on that fight are just nuts. So every second attempts to heal somebody who's below half health. It should have a flat amount of healing, that 126k, and then a 6-second renew. So your renew healing would be involved, but that flat healing should also show up, and I couldn't really find it. Yeah. So I spec'd out of it because I wasn't, even when I was putting it out like pre-pull, so I got like an extra one, because you can do that. You can put it like minutes before you pull the boss, and then it'll start cooling down, but it still remains there. It just didn't feel that good, so I swapped out of it. I might mess with the spec a little bit more, but I think it's fine for now. Okay, I want to collect things and I want to do side quests. Side quests seem like a good place to start. We still have lots of stuff to do in Hallowfall, so I bet you if we just go find a side quest to go trek along on, that'll be fun. Evening, Hazel. A whole year? Good evening to you. Thank you very much for the 12-month resub. I hope you're having a lovely day. It's a little humbling seeing how much of our damage is still coming from Volatile Concoction, because I swear I was using my Guardian Spirit, I was using my Serenities, I was spamming those tanks before their debuffs went off, and sometimes they just get meleeed in the last second by something, and they just get chunked down, and you're like, well, oh my goodness, I'm off. Where's Moose when he needed me? Sleeping. He likes to hunt bugs. Sometimes he eats moths. Hallowfall, huh? You know what a nice way to get to Hallowfall is? Is if somebody else drives you. I can't believe it's September the 27th already. What turns in there? The flame within. What is the flame within? Oh, it was related to Hallowfall. I guess we'll stop off at Gundargaz. You have to try out the failure condition healing in Ovanex, where you fail to crack an egg. Not on our kill I didn't, because every time we did that, we wiped. I'm pretty sure anyway. Ready for WoW 20th anniversary? I need those fell bikes. Concoction feels like it's gonna get a nerf. Yeah, it's... Like, I appreciate that it's important, but it does feel a little bit crazy. I like Holy Priest. It feels fun. It feels good to be playing my gnome. I'm really happy with my main. Shoulders. Oh man, this week was the first time that I went to MISR practice 3 times in a week instead of just twice, and I did all 3 days back to back to back because that was the way the schedule worked out. And it feels all right. It feels okay. I read something about when doing a daily yoga practice, trying to practice to kind of like 70% of your energy levels, as opposed to 100% all the time, so that you don't burn out quite so hard, but you're still able to like show up every day. And I'm kind of trying that, but also, you know, I'm new, so I want to make sure I'm getting into things correctly, and I'm not so good at it just yet. I haven't done, no, pardon me. Oh, I was going to say, I haven't done Awakening the Machine, but it sounds like they're going to make me do it. Acquire? Oh, there is something called Snuffling. Somebody mentioned Snuffling yesterday, and I'm like, that was last expansion. That was from Zeralek Caverns. No, there is a thing. Acquire an awakened cog from Awakening the Machine. Have I only like just recently unlocked it, or are we just talking about dirt? What is snuffling? How does one snuffle? Every day I'm snuffling. Snuffling treasures. Is it just dirt? It's just dirt. Okay. Snuffling made it sound like there was more going on in there. Alright, I suppose it's Awakening the Machine time. We may as well just get this over with. The quest is lying. Both drops come from Awakening the Machine. Oh. Well, that's kind of weird. Let's use one of these. Can't complain about 5% damage. I need to get some more food. I refuse to eat any food in this expansion that's not hearty. I only eat hearty food. If I die and my food debuff goes away, then it wasn't good enough. Not working for me. I'm not going to blow a flask. This isn't worth it. Quest is lying. Do you time more than 5 times an hour? Maybe. Pretty sure if I started eating peasant food, I would. just so the game could teach me a lesson. Oh, I need to kill that one, that's right. I did this on my hunter yesterday on stream, and we actually managed to make it through wave 20 without a whole lot of drama. And she's like 35 item levels lower than my priest. My priest is up to 612 now. Isn't that fancy? I gotta get rid of this trinket. This thing sucks. Great and raid. I should probably eat it in dungeons as well. I also eat it in dungeons. I know that nobody goes into a Mythic Plus dungeon expecting to die. But I do die. It's a fact. Oh, that was easy. Maybe if I'm lucky I'll get the mount from this. I still don't have the Awakening the Machine mount. I know a few people that have it, which makes me feel like I'm unlucky, but who's to say? Hunters have a great time in here. Hunters have more stops for the machinist than priests have anyway. I can fear, and I can silence, and those are both individually on 45-second cooldowns. Oh, my toes are a little chilly. I had the windows open overnight. It was cold. I wore 2 coats out this morning. Things difficulty very class spec dependent. So what class has, or what spec just like rocks at delves? Who won the delve lottery? Do we think? Is there any particular Because it's not like Torghast where like some powers are better than others. It would be more tied to how their actual spec performs. Blood DK? Tanks. Yeah, I can see that. I've heard really good things about people running it on like Prop Paladin. Demo Law, Threat Pally pretty good. BM Hunter, pretty easy mode. Shadow Priest is really good. Might be my gear though. Yeah, I haven't tried any this week. I think this one I can actually, I don't know if they're close enough for me to fear both of them. Maybe not. Maybe after another week I'll start doing delves on my hunter. She can be the character that does delves. The nice thing is that your brand is totally account-wide. So if you've done a ton of stuff on your main... I'm gonna have to kill this one the old-fashioned way. If you've done a ton of stuff on your main, your alt is gonna actually have like a nice time in the lower level ones because their brand should be able to carry them for a little bit. Now I wouldn't say I've done a ton of stuff on my main, but something. Next week is Delve's bonus week. Oh! I wonder what that's gonna mean. Oh wow, I do so much more damage than I used to. Holy smokes! Holy macaroni and cheese. Macaroni and cheese. Delve's bonus week, yeah. Extra loot from Delves, maybe? I just need crests. I have rune stones, or valor stones. Oh, he's dreaming. He's dreaming. Oh. You can't see his face. I promise he's dreaming and not having a seizure. He thinks... sometimes he'll start woofing. If you hear him go woof, it's because he's having a real woofy dream. Little puppy dreams. He's breathing real hard. He's got his Ujjayi going on. The only thing I don't like about this is that it's exactly the same every week, and that it takes kind of a long time. Not that it's difficult, it's just, you know, a little time consuming. What is he doing? Oh, I can see the back feet kicking. Is he running? He got to play with one of his friends this morning. He's got a big puppy friend that's like 6 months younger than him. He's got two of them actually, but like, this one's the big one. And they were romping, they were having a good time. I had a dream that he went swimming in a koi pond and I was afraid because I didn't know how well he could swim. So I was like checking all the koi fish to see if they were moose. And then I wasn't sure if I did find him and he was drowning, if I'd be able to like pull him out because I'm, you know, he's 70 pounds dry. And I'm not that strong of a swimmer. Well, my puppy, it was a bad dream. Yeah, maybe he chases the cat in his dreams because we don't let him do it in real life. We let him follow her, but it has to be at a sedate pace. He must walk, he cannot run. Pouncing is frowned upon. Isn't that right, Kit Kat? Sometimes she'll run between his legs, and I think it tickles or he just doesn't expect it or he gets surprised or something because he always like jumps and goes, whoa! And then she's like, wait, what was happening? I think she thinks he's furniture sometimes. It was pretty funny. She was contemplating climbing over him last night because he was laying down in her way and she wanted to get through there and he didn't want to move. He gets very stubborn about moving. Whenever he thinks he's in the way, his instinct is to freeze and not move, which is a problem when he's in the way. But, yeah, I called him over to have him sit somewhere else because I didn't want to find out what happens when she climbs on top of him because I think he would jump up and then I think she would freak out and I need them I need them to keep their stuff together. Aaron, thank you very much for the 25-month resub. Oh, look at all these little bots. 25 years already. Please pet Miss Kira for me. You got it. She's right here. She's a little girl. We've had some very nice little naps lately. if I nap for just like an hour and she comes and she like lays down with me like right in front of me and she'll stretch out and she'll get nice and warm and then I have to get up, I'll try to like squeeze out of the bed backwards and then like tuck the blanket in to seal her little pocket of warm air in. And sometimes she'll stay just like tucked into bed like that all day. It's really cute. She likes being warm. I mean, she's a cat. Of course she does. I had to do a report on dreams in high school. Did one on doggo dreams. And the prevailing theory is that dogs probably dream about their humans, getting pets, running around. He barks a lot more in his dreams than he does when he's awake. He almost never barks when he's awake. But he'll sleep woof pretty regularly, like a couple times a day. It's very cute. Sometimes when he does bark in real life, it's because he's chasing a ball, and he'll do this really funny thing where the ball might be like under the couch or like in the cushions of the couch, and he'll stick his head in there and then bark, but it's like muffled because he's basically barked into a pillow. And you'll just hear him go, "Woof." And then you find out what he needs and see if I can help get it for him. I've got long arms, so I can fish out a lot of balls from under the couch. I think he's happy that he can sleep in here with me while I'm streaming. Sometimes he can't decide who he wants to follow around. If my partner and I and the cat are all in different rooms, he like kind of patrols because he wants to keep an eye on everybody. I didn't do this in a very clean way. Speaker's fine. He's alright. I set up the camera so carefully to cover the bed, and then he insists on laying with his entire head and neck completely like drooping off of the bed. The Delves bonus week just says it will grant increased rewards. How mysterious. That should be good. Maybe I'll do more Delves next week then. I should do as many side quests as I can this week. Hope it gives a rep. I want more rep. Extra shinies. Shiny, shiny, shiny. Yeah, I guess I have lots of keys. Because I got my keys this week for sure. I'm sitting on 9. And I don't think I'm going to do any delves. Alright, so that's good. Oh, we're going up to the Isle of Dorn for that one. Okay. Alright. Oh. This doesn't look comfortable. He has a very bendy spine. He likes to do a thing where he puts the top of his head down on the pillow and then he moves his butt high up over his head and then he just kind of like noodles his back. And I'm always worried he's gonna just like snap. Hasn't happened yet. I'm sure he would respond if I barked at him. I just want to let him sleep though. Surprised you don't have moose emotes yet. Yeah, I would need to get somebody to make them. It's been kind of on the list, but it hasn't been... I haven't gone out and done it. Need at least one, right? I want a moose lurk. That's like the Kira lurk, but with moose. But I'm happy that I have a camera so I can show him more. He's a sweet boy. Any good fishies? The one good thing about not having gathering on my main is that I can get places without getting stopped. Whenever I have gathering, it takes me 5 times as long to travel anywhere because I have to stop and get all the nodes on the way. I don't have to, but I want to. Okay, this seems a bit dangerous, so maybe I should read? Collect 10 purifier honey, also... Oh no, this is fine. From the overladen drones. Alright. Crafting with pure flame demands a fuel. Honey created by the cinder bees stands out. Take my harvesting device. And gather a quantity for our purpose. Shall infuse it into your tinderbox. Some of the earth and revere these bees. Alright. You betcha. Come on, over. Well, it says it's spelled correctly on the item tooltip. It's just misspelled in the, oh, it didn't even work. I don't think I successfully vacuumed it. I see them, though. Scary. There's a lot of elites here. Oh, dear. I'm not even in my AoE spec. I'm gonna need at least Shadow Crash if we're gonna do this. Maybe I'm glad I didn't do this back when I didn't have any gear yet. Would have been kinda gnarly. There's a lore explanation for both earth and don't eat or drink, but also earth and are big into meat and cider. Do you think it's like exports? Oh, it is working good. I wasn't sure. It seems a little bit odd. It just takes some time, I guess. I don't know. As long as we're getting some eventually. That's fine. Probably use the flaming stuff on their body. I was gonna say exports, but I haven't been paying much attention, but I don't know if they've had a lot of international trade lately. Bit like when you water sheep. Yeah. I like the world quest where we gather a bunch of flowers so that we can plant them on the sheep. I enjoy that a lot. I think that's extremely cute. I don't like it here. It's scary. There's too many mobs. I want a safe place to land and vacuum some bees. Oh my goodness. I read the most ridiculous news headline. It was XYZ politician fatal account with a wasp during speech. Fatal encounter, I think, is the wording they used. They used the word fatal in the title. And what happened, as I read the article, was said guy was talking at his event or whatever, gets stung by a bee, and the bee died. That's what they mean when they say fatal. This is the most shameless thing I've ever read. Like, I know I work in, like, gaming YouTube, but come on, that's supposed to be an actual journalist. Yeah, I don't know if it was a bee or a wasp. I'm a little suspicious of the journalistic integrity going on here. But yeah, the title was Fatal Encounter with Wasp. Yeah, that's on me, you're right. Yes, bees generally die. I think someone also stepped upon it. The creature in question, it like flew down his shirt, stung him, and then was trodden upon. So it's dead. RIP. I guess. I don't know. That's what I get for looking at news. Yeah, technically accurate. Good grief. Clearly I'm not clickbaiting hard enough. We need to go to Ashkahet, but I could get 824 gold if we do this. Bees living in my garden. They are tawny minor bees who live in the ground. Totally harmless. Let them vibe. Oh, that's cool. I don't think I've ever heard of minor bees. Major bees. Every day that passes, I get cornier and cornier. I'm gonna be a real cornucopia by Thanksgiving. Didn't get stung this year? Maybe, because I rarely touch grass. I've had a lucky couple of years, especially given the time that I did spend outdoors. The wasps come around when I'm fishing, but I find that if I can just be cool, they generally don't like, they're not after me. But it's hard for me to be cool because it's a wasp and they're scary, so it takes a lot of effort to not freak out. because my initial instinct is for sure to freak out. Keep my flowers going as long as I can because the bees are still going to them. Stepped in a ground wasp nest once. Ooh, no. Oh, no fun at all. There we go. That was a nice fast world quest for 800 gold. And he's gone. What time is it? 20 after? I think I'm going to fly back to town because we're close enough, but I will probably take a break when I get back there. We have a bee at work that likes to land on me, just chill. I've gotten used to him. Aw. Most people live their lives not getting stung by a bee. You think so? I don't have any data at all, so I'm just guessing. And I really only have my own life to extrapolate from, but I feel like bee stings are like not an everyday thing, but relatively normal. Especially when you're a kid. But even as an adult, I don't know, every year, every other year kind of thing. Never gotten stung, dislike hornets more because they kill spiders. Yeah. I had a bad one a couple of years ago now that's had a really bad reaction, and ever since then I've been a little afraid that I'm like allergic now, because I never used to be allergic to bees, but you can develop allergies because life sucks sometimes. But I haven't been stung again to test the theory. Always assumed bee stings were common and scary since seeing my girl as a kid. I mean, they were just kind of around because they're, you know, you as a kid you're running around in lawns. There's clover, there's heather, there's, you know, there's bees in there. One too many exposures, I guess so. The bad one was I was walking as an adult through a park, and not even a particularly like overgrown or floral park. I was on a concrete path, and a bee got stuck to my sock. It, like, I was flying past or something, and it got stuck onto the back of my sock by my Achilles tendon, and it was very upset because it was stuck, and it stung me. And because it was stuck, it didn't even like sting me and fly away. It like stayed in, and I think that was part of it as well, as like it was like a couple of minutes before we could get the stinger out of me. And I was very unhappy. But it was a long time ago, and clearly I'm over it because I don't remember anything about it at all. Definitely not burned into my memory. I'm gonna get up and take a short break. I'll be right back. Okay, Moosey's gone to go sleep in a different bed. All my childhood stings were on bare feet due to clover being delicious to bees. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of that. But I did eventually, I think, learn to watch where I stepped. I don't know. So this turns in to... Does it turn in all the way down in the very bottom? Or does it turn in the ringing deeps? Oh, it turns in the ringing deeps. Okay. Let's take the core way down. I never take the core way. The core way's pretty. Oh. Yeah, ticks are no fun. Whoa. This always looked like it would be very warm. I guess it's the steam coming off of the big hot. Well, there's really no other word to put there but pipes. I'm gonna turn that in. Oh, there's some nice pet petals down here. I just don't really... I don't know if I need these world quests. I guess for reputation. I know when the expansion first came out, I was all on top of... Oh, you know what's silly is I don't think I picked up the Awakening the Machine quest before I actually did it. I think I missed out on a box. Oops-a-daisies. Oh, that's it. I got an empowered tinderbox. It's a 584 neck. Wow. So exciting. Get it anyways. That just auto-completes if you forget. I think it's a weekly to do Awakening the Machine. It's from here. I must have done it because I don't see it, so must have been done. Okay, let's go back to Hallowfall and pick up somewhere. We must have a Hallowfall quest going on somewhere here. Yeah, we've got the Orphan's Request. Let's do that. Oh, I remember. I did this quest on, nope. If it starts going uphill, it's the wrong one. I did that quest on beta, actually. Hazel, I never fought Queen Onzarek yet, but is it true that she's really easy? On normal, yeah. She is not a hard fight on normal. I would say that she was easier than Silken Court to progress on normal. Should we clear the Shadow Mire? Well, I don't know. Maybe we don't need to. Oh, this map looks so much nicer now that I've, like, done all these, I did a bunch of treasures in this zone. What does all the things look like? 27%. What about for priest only? 27. Not that good. Looks like there's more pets and stuff for... There's pet from a quest. Maybe I should focus on that. There's a bunch of battle pets we could get if I just flew around and captured them. There's some achievements. Life on the farm. Oh, man. Yeah, one thing at a time. I like how I got this quest to make the text window all big and lovely and readable, and then I still have auto accept and auto turn in, paging through them so quickly that it doesn't matter. I was wondering if the defense of the maintenance guy was going to happen right there next to the stairs. I had that exact same thought the first time I saw it. I thought that it was going to be kind of like Garrison style, where we were just going to be defending waves of enemies coming into the town. But no. A little more proving groundsy. Only just got to Hallowfall, making myself finish Sojourner for each zone before I move to the next. But I'm so behind because I don't get time to play during the week. Listen, you're not behind. You are precisely where you're meant to be. There's no deadline. There's no too late. You're doing great. I'm glad you're having fun. There's so many bystanders. I don't want the kids to have to witness this. What is that? I also feel like I'm a little later in the game to getting to these Sojourner quests and whatnot, but I'm enjoying doing them. I don't even feel bad about, like, not doing delves or anything. Like, what does my Mythic Vault look like? Let me see. Yeah, this is fine. I'm probably gonna get a third key option for doing some more keys. I've done 3 keys so far this week. I wouldn't be surprised if we get 5 more done for a total of 8. Or at least 1 more done for a total of 4. But yeah, I'm not going to be too worried about these. I think those slots are just from world rewards. Dread Waste Raiders. Currently on vacation in France, visiting my grandparents. Feeling very homesick. Stream very comforting. Aww. I hope you have a lovely time there. I relate a lot. I get very homesick when I go anywhere. I like home a lot. Saves me money on vacations. But I'm lucky that my family's all here. Big on finishing every quest. Haven't started any side quests yet. We've lots of time. I'd like to, earlier in the expansion than normal, have a swing at getting my all the things completion up for the zones. I don't think I'm going to get it perfect. I'm sure I'm going to reach points where I'm like, that's not happening, but I want to have a little more of a look-see, a little more of a stab at it before the last patch. Or honestly, I never did get around to it for Dragonflight. I spent all of Dragonflight telling myself I was going to do it, and then the expansion ended. I got my Tyvan, but then that was about it. So that's one nice thing about really focusing on the one main so far, is that it feels like I can more reasonably get away with. Oh, I don't need all these. I was at 9 of 10 already. This is unnecessary carnage. Home is where the pets are too. Some people travel with their pets, but quite the project. Not me. Just got them out from the slime pools. Goodbye forever. Until I want the backpack, I guess. Congratulations. Sharing quest progress with alts is so nice for getting 100% quest done. Main on main character, level alts with the side quests. That was my plan at first. It's a good plan. The only reason I changed my mind was because I decided that I wanted to have all of the... Like, I didn't want to see any exclamation marks when I was walking around any town. On my main, at least. On at least one character. I didn't want anybody to have any quests for me at all. And the best way for me to do that was to do them all on the one character. Alarm set for 3:30. How does the weekend go by so fast? Oh, I hope you're able to get some good sleep before then. Getting up early is a little grim sometimes. It's dark. It's chilly. Always stressed me out when I got an alt up to 70 and went to Valdrakken for the first time. Yeah, I 1000% agree. Oh hey, we got some adult-sized Arathi epaulets. Good, good, good. What was I saying? That's a dungeon quest, that's a delve quest, that's a dungeon quest. That's a pet battle. Maybe I should do some of these. Priory or Dawnbreaker on like, what, a normal or a heroic or something? Dungeon Finder. Specific. Priory or Dawnbreaker. I could heal or DPS, I don't really care. Or I don't really mind, I guess is a nicer way of saying that. Maybe those are like at the end of quest lines. Maybe there'll be something good we'll get. We might need to do that delve as well. Looks like there's also quests that we can start up here, perhaps? Maybe a couple of them? Oh, I could get 19 polished pet charms if we fight Gutter Gunk. Realizing how nice it is to go back to old X-Packs while the new X-Pack is so fresh. Lots of things available. I was just thinking about Mog farming. I was thinking about, and I might give it another patch, because they were talking about how in the anniversary patch they're loosening up the transmog collecting even a little bit more. But, man, going back and kind of completing Mog collecting from some old areas, maybe running some old raids, sounds pretty good. Sounds pretty nice. Don't show up in the map, this will show up everywhere when I'm doing things. Gotta fight to ignore them. Yeah. Pet journal. I know it's always gonna be like that on my alts, but I want for at least one character. I want it to not be the thing. Waiting for that update for Old Mug too. And it sucks a little bit because it feels like we've been doing this. Like we were waiting until the pre-patch, and then we were waiting until the expansion launch, and now we're waiting until 0.1. And it's getting better every time. But it always feels like there's some new collection change on the horizon that's worth waiting for. Although, right now at least, I have plenty to do, so I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, you could, pardon me, you could put everything in your bank. Inhale some nothing. It's just messy. If I could wait and then not have to do that, I have 30 seconds to take this invite. Is that enough time for all of this to pan out? I don't want to lose the queue, so if it gets down to like 5, maybe 4 seconds, I will press the button. But I feel like we're getting somewhere here. Come on, Gutter Gunk. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, and quest credit! I hope that worked. Listen, sometimes you've got a pet battle to finish. If you've ever wondered why they're taking so long to accept the invite, might be pet battling. This is my dungeon spec. No. Those are the names of my... I don't know. I think those are the names of my shadow specs. I don't really know what's going on. Also, don't mind me, I've made a friend. I was more motivated to farm Mog when it was worth more gold that one week. Yeah. It was a beautiful week. It was glorious. Hello, Hazel. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon to you, Dice Meister. I hope you're having a lovely day so far. Weird when the tank heals accepts last, because I usually have basically an instant invite. Yeah, I wish they hadn't nerfed that either, but it is what it is. We're making gold eventually. Any cool mog in here that I could get? Looks like shoulders and an offhand that could drop from Shadow Crown, and then nothing else that's gonna drop for me personally. Oh yeah, that's right. Then we have to do the side boats. Or something. That's funny. I was like, where do I know the name of this evoker from? They're named Azuro, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's the name of the legendary. They've named their character after the legendary. I guess that's kind of cool. Oh, for a second I was a little afraid that I wasn't gonna get... my mount wasn't gonna fly! I was falling on my bug. Just unlocked that one. You like it? It doesn't come up all that much. We don't yikes very often. I think we're just not dramatic enough. If I wasn't flush with emote slots, I could replace it. Like that they increase normal flight speed here because it's much more relaxing. That's a good tip. I don't know if I was meant to drop right in the middle of this, but that's where I've landed here. Get lost in town after the flying boats part. People need to commit to where they're gonna land, and they need to just do it, and it's hard. Alright, off and away. Do laps for a minute. You happy? No. I feel like I got too close to it. But I was off the boat. This is a random normal, I think, actually. I was doing side quests, and I had a couple of dungeon ones stacked up. So this seemed like a nice way to kind of get some quest credit done. I guess I could have done a follower dungeon as well. I didn't even think of that. I think as long as you're like not closer in than the golden orbs, you should be out of range. You'd think? I don't know. I did some Mythic Plus on stream yesterday, though. No luck on the transmog. But there's only 3 bosses in here. Where are we? Everybody's in a different spot. Where's the tank? The tank's going down here. Alright.
Crowd control.
Here we go. This'll do. I don't really mind where we are, I just need us to be all in the same spot.
Crowd control.
I don't really have my chastise in this build. Couldn't tell you why. Normally I do for dungeons. It's nice for stopping
Crowd
things.
control.
Like the barriers. Beetle mount seems bugged, doesn't have the wind and speed effects while flying. I think it could be my settings as well. In the accessibility settings, I like to turn off the wind and speed effects because I find they make me a little bit queasy. So that definitely could be it as well.
Crowd control.
As long as I'm going as fast as anybody else, that's the main thing. This boss has gotten me into trouble in Mythic Plus. I've never fought it in the courtyard. We usually fight it like heading down the hall. I think it's a bit unusual to clear the trash that we just cleared if you're in on a higher key level.
AOE incoming.
How is Mythic Plus feeling? Are you healers or DPS? Both! I have been doing keys as both. Feels fun. Oh, who can I murder with this? It feels fun. I like healing a little better than Shadow, but I'm finding that Shadow does do fine. I can keep up well enough, and it would be better if I got better trinkets. I've been doing kind of nothing too crazy. I've been doing kind of like 7s, 8s at most. 8's definitely the highest key that I've done, and I think it's the highest key I've timed. I've timed an 8 Tyrannus Scythe, and then I overtimed an 8 City of Threads. What are we doing? What's going on? How are they above me? They're not above me. It's not true. Are we on this boat? We are on this boat. Alright. But yeah, I've been having a lot of fun as priest. I just got my gear crafted. My embellishments crafted yesterday. I got the Ascension Sigil, so I hear that's going to be better for raid than it is for dungeons, but it should still do me some good in dungeons. Hazel? Yes? What is it? What did I do? Did I say something funny? Ow.
AOE
I'm supposed to, like, kick these, right? Sort of, old Grax style. Okay. Wowhead must have a guide that kind of writes up how Mythic Plus works and what different things happen at the different thresholds. Because there may also be video guides, but you would just want to be careful of when they were published because they've kind of changed things over time. The current season is the first time that we've had this new affix reworking where you could have Tyrannical and Fortified at the same time if you go to a high enough key level. But Blizzard has put out a couple of big blog posts that kind of talk you through it as well. But yeah, higher key, harder dungeon, better loot is the basic gist of it for sure. Hey, we did it! There we go. This boat seems a little unfinished on the inside. Oh, I didn't get Gutter Gunk done! Oh, I thought it would count! I mean, it's fine. We can do it again. It's not a big deal, but like, I was convinced that was gonna work. Kind of want to disenchant this strength axe just so I can add it to my collection. And one nice thing about doing random heroics is that blue gear is actually pretty valuable now disenchanting wise because these gleaming shards are worth way more than they used to be now that you can shatter them into dust. Alright, let's do it again for real this time. No, no big time penalties, I don't think. I don't think I'm still in queue for Priory. I do need to do it. Turn in the Dawnbreaker one and see what's next, see if there's more of the questline behind it. Did we get a catalyst charge this week? I think we must have. I think that was how I got my 4-piece. So week after next then, if I'm correct. Sometimes happens. I took a little nap yesterday to kind of catch up after a really bad night of sleep. And I woke up at like 4, maybe 20 after 4, and I'm like, wow, I didn't sleep until 6. This is great. I'm not like in a rush to get ready before raid. And then later on I was like, man, it must have only been like an hour long nap. That was pretty reserved to me. And then my partner mentioned that I'd napped for like 3.5 hours. And I'm like, what do you mean? What time did I go to bed? And he's like, 1. Oh, forgot about that part. Oops. That's why I feel so awake. Game has a habit of wrecking any plans to be productive. Yeah, if you're logged in, your battle's a little bit lost. Ooh, anything? Oh, it's down here. Naps are the best. It was very necessary, and I felt much better for having done it, so that was good. I think I can make it through today without one, though, and I can maybe get to bed a little early. One of my yoga instructors was talking about how in order to practice before they start class, they have to get up to get to the studio at like 3:30 in the morning every day. And because of that, they go to bed at like 8 o'clock at night. And I'm thinking, if they can go to bed at 8, I can manage to be in bed by 10. I can do it. No one's needing me to get up at 3:30, so I better stop complaining. Citizen Quinn, thank you for the 4-month resub. Appreciate it very much. Thank you. What do we get for this? Anything good? Oh, 500 reputation. I'll take it. Rip Van Hazel. You lost me. I can't tell if the joke is that I'm a vampire or that I'm a 80s rock star or something entirely not related. I'm completely lost. Or that I was living in a van and I crashed it. Like Van Winkle. Rip Van Winkle. Slept for years. I've never met him. Is this a real person or like a fictional character? Rip Van Winkle. A short story by the American author Washington Irvine, published in 1819. You guys have old references. Oh, he's so sleepy. His beard got really long. Dutch-American villager in colonial America meets a mysterious Dutchman, imbibes their strong liquor, and falls deeply asleep in the Catskill Mountains. Well, what wakes him up? Is it true love's first kiss? Hang on, what happens? He wakes up. His beard is a foot long. His musket's deteriorated. He missed the American Revolution. Rip. His wife died, but he doesn't care. What? He learns via village elder the man he met in the mountains are ghosts of the crew. And he just like goes and hangs out and starts telling his story. What an odd... So it is fiction. Oh, it's been adapted a lot of times. Maybe not recently, but that's cool. It is that is a vintage meme. Now you know. Yeah, I thought you were going for Van Halen or Von Hazel, as in like the vampire version. Okay. Did that complete like a thing? Maybe, actually. That might be enough. Let's make sure we're still in queue for Priory, because I think I still have a quest for that. Dungeons? Yeah. That would be good. That would be another 500 rep. I could do Priory as a follower dungeon as well, but... Would that be fun? Oh no, I can't. Let's DPS a follower Priory. Why not, you know? Might be kind of fun. What are you reading? I was reading the Wikipedia page for Rip Van Winkle. I figured I should learn something. Far past vintage into antique here. Borderline ancient history. That author must have been very good if people are still talking about his stories 200 years later. That's cool. That's legacy right there. No, you're good. Listen, good streams don't have rails. If anything, it's free content. I'm not overflowing with anecdotes over here. I haven't done enough interesting things to have any. I'm stretching out my ankles today. There's a rather unfortunate posture that has you twisting your foot up a little bit. And I think most of the rotation is supposed to come from your hip, but your foot definitely has some work to do. Maybe I'm not ready to do that one just yet. I don't think my foot should be feeling any strain, or at least very much strain, but I don't know. Well, it's a little much. How you liking Dornegal compared to Borealis? It's hard because I love Borealis, so I want to be loyal to it, but it feels like Dornegal is a perfect city. It feels so good. And well laid out, and like everything that you need is right where you need it. And it was easy to learn, despite the fact that I put no effort into learning it. It's very hard to poke holes in it. It's a great city. I will always love Borealis, though. Borealis reminds me of Sydney, which is a seaside town here that we have that's kind of up closer to the airport, that I used to have family that lived in and I would visit. And it's like a very kind of cute sort of, seaside town vibe. And that's kind of what Borealis reminds me of. It's a cross between Sydney and maybe Nanaimo. This way. Dornegal very spread out as far as crafting stations are concerned. Perhaps I'm a bit lucky that my crafting professions are not that far from each other. Alchemy and enchanting seem pretty... I mean, they're not like right next to each other, but they're just down the hall. Did the video stop? I hope not. It looks okay from my software, although I suppose if it stopped for you, you can't hear me say that. I was lost in Veldraken even after 2 years. Some of the things, like trying to find the place to turn in the Titan relics or to take the portal to Oldemon, were just like, again, after 2 years, I still couldn't really do those things very reliably. I could kind of get to like my main stations, but any of the little fiddly buildings, not a chance. That is true, actually. I do have a long boys, so I don't need to concern myself with where the auction house is. I'm not sure I'm doing all this correctly. This is the problem with Follower Dungeons, is I'm the one leading and I don't know where I'm going. What are we thinking? It's nice that these are NPCs so that I can't ruin their day. Unless they gain sentience before, 11. I've just watched too much Black Mirror. Comfy. I'm assuming because of the yellow markers in the map that we need to visit these little altars and kill the mini-bosses there. I don't know it for a fact, but it seems true. Sounds like a good idea. Oh, maybe I can do the boss now. If everybody could just come with me. This is a boss. I am tanking.
Defensive.
Hello? Friends? Are ya coming?
Interrupt.
I'm dispersing. Of course they pulled trash. It wasn't me! I like the healer just like throwing a regrowth on me and then being like, you're fine, right? I'm about out of healing pods.
Watch your step.
Hello?
Interrupt.
Can I grip this tank? Captain Garrick, get- oh, no, that's not my grip button. Get over here! The problem I have with Brandon Delves. I'm like, hello? Who's Snitch and Dragonflight drums still working? I heard they nerfed drums, but I didn't know that they nerfed. I thought they nerfed like the current ones. How come we're 0-1 of Captain Dale Cry? Did he reset after all that? But Elena's dead. I don't know what's going on. I thought this would be easy. No, she's back. In your field ones. That makes sense.
Interrupt.
You can set the followers to lead you. It just hurts my pride. I feel like I should be able to come through. They should just... I want them to come with me. If I'm leading, I'd like for them to follow. Guys, I think we're heading up here. Don't really do follower dungeons, unsure. You can certainly do them a little more traditionally. I treat them as kind of trying to solo the dungeon with just some help that's around that hopefully helps. It's not usual for me to be tanking a boss for that long, but normally if they're with you and you pull the boss, they'll jump in and they'll grab it. I can tank anything for a minute. It's just a follower dungeon. It's not like a heroic raid or anything. I think I would have been better off doing a random heroic. I think it would have been faster. Well, you never know. Story mode in Nerebar Palace, very useful. It was great for that one quest, just because I happened to pick it up after I had already killed Ansurek for the week. So being able to just kind of do it right away. Oh yeah, you're right, this one isn't in heroic anymore. Yeah, that's true. Could do a normal one.
Watch your step.
Closer to Hallowfall than Hallowfall is to normal. It was surprising a little bit how different the fight was. It was fine, it was just surprising. Making sure I'm not capped on Valor Stones. Hello, Branch Branch. I hope you're having a lovely day so far. Time is it? About 11 o'clock. Okay, we're heading upstairs. That's the stuff. Got a couple more things I can disenchant. Oh, that's Warbound actually. I like holding on to those things for my alts. I don't think I need it anymore for my hunter, but you know. Also, my hunter doesn't wear leather because she's past level 40. What year is this? Don't bother with the ad platforms. Yeah. I'm glad I didn't try to count on story mode for getting footage for raid guides because it would not have been very helpful. It would have been marginally helpful, but most of the mechanics are not represented properly. Which is fine. It's story mode, you know. It's a pretty door. I love the stained glass in here. This is one of the prettiest dungeons I think they did. Great addition. Hope they keep it. Maybe in the future for the full raid. Yeah, I wonder if they would do that for the whole raid, or if the point is just to get you to the cutscenes. I don't know. Alright, you guys follow. You guys do it. Nothing says I can't pull more. Follower dungeons are a great place for living out your society burning dreams of pulling whatever you want and just making the tank deal with it. We can handle this, guys, right? I remember when I was a kid, I used to have dreams of doing things that I like wasn't allowed to, or was too well behaved to do in real life. And I must have been somewhere between the ages of like 8 and 12. And apparently the dream fantasy was just to be in school and to be walking on the desks. That was anarchy. I was dreaming big. Standing up on the desks, walking between them. I don't even think I was jumping. I think the dream was just walking around on the desk being like, haha, I'm dreaming. I can't get in trouble. Captain Garrick, where are you going? There we go. I don't know if she's going to want to pull these as well, but probably just be for the cutscene and kill quest. Yeah. I agree. Them problem. I had a dream that I was back in school and some classmates said, "What are you doing?" And I answered, "I can't get in trouble. I've been out of school for 15 years. I have those sometimes where I dream that I'm back in school trying desperately to like pass a class or like keep up with my schedule or whatever, while slowly realizing that I've been repeating the last year of high school for 15 years and I've got a job and that maybe I don't need to finish school. And it's okay if we stop and we just work because I'm 30 and it's time to move on." I've had that dream a few times and it's pretty funny. It's finally replaced the dream where I have to go back and work retail again.
Interrupt.
That's not a dream, that's the nightmare. Yeah. Sometimes in the dream I'll be like staying home to like work on a YouTube video or something instead of going to school, and then I'll be like, but it's okay because like been at school for 15 extra years. Okay. Yeah, I guess that's that. I guess that's done. Where are they going? Dungeon's over, right? Oh, is there roleplay going on? Captain Garrick, are you alright? We're done. You can leave. Oh, she's cheering, but like down there. Lately, really incredible naps have been absolutely ruined by terrible dreams. That's no fun. Alright, where does that turn in? Somewhere. Uh-oh. I messed up. I'm pretty sure I've messed up. It said dungeon quest, so I was like, oh, you need me to do the dungeon. And what they want me to do is they want me to talk to this person. And then do the dungeon. We'll do it on normal this time. Well, fiddlesticks. That one got me too. What did I gain? I gained some valor. I gained 15 valor stones. I was in there for how long? I don't even want to know. I gained 15 valor stones. Huge. I don't even have the crest to spend because I messed up and I converted my crest in the wrong direction. It's very sad. Sad for everybody involved. Got most people, me included. Yeah, it was a little misleading that it was already classified as a dungeon quest when it did not yet want me to go do the dungeon. That's my complaint, but it's alright, we'll get over it. I did that in Delve. I tried to mass pull and kill some angry dwarves. Only to find out after talking to the NPC that they get stunned and don't attack with her item. Well, what else is going on in this zone? I guess we can go pick up some quests from up here. Those ones usually scare me because they're like buried in other stuff. Maybe if I get all those crates cleaned up, that might be nice. Oh, they want me to heal. Maybe I can get into my actual dungeon healing spec. Someone in my guild spent loads of gold on crafting an agi staff for their priest if it makes you feel better. Oh no. I was really afraid of that. Did I just move it off my bar? I was really afraid of that. The Wowhead guide mentioned it like a lot. In the crafting gear section, it had like a big thing of like, don't craft an agi staff. And I'm like, oh no, that probably gets people. And it could have gotten me. That's brutal, especially because of how expensive that is. I spent like almost 100k on mats just for the staff, and then I made up the difference in making my cloak. I'm looking for my holy word chastise. Where is it? I swear it was here. Oh, it's not in the spec. I don't know. Go with a classic DPS activity and spec DPS anyway once you zone in. Yeah, always an option. What are we saying here? Yeah, the sparks too. Although it would take me about as long. It would take me about this. I mean, 2 sparks. Oh. Brutal. Go-to weapons I craft in my DH are warglaives. Because sword axes exist with strength. Yeah, that's an expensive transmog. I bet this will go faster than the last one did, though. Tank will pull a little bigger without my help. Oh, you're being eaten by a lynx. It's terrible. Famous last words. I always got more words. Usually some nonsense along the lines of kerfuffle. Snuffleupagus. Guess it's not a real word. You wouldn't get away with it in spelling bee. I get so happy every time I do those word games. I'm really at the party phase of my life. I did tame one of the floppy fish in my hunter. It's my tenacity pet. I've been using my owl instead. I haven't really needed the extra health. But I did. I named him something. I think I might have named him Flurm. But floppy fish, I know. I should pull him out anyway. What am I, metagaming? Min-maxing? Me? Nah. Go for the boss's straight and see if we can kill it without powering it down. Oh, is that what that does? That makes sense. Those pets are incredible. I'm surprised I haven't seen more of them around. But that one Court of Stars boss. Yeah, makes sense. So who's got item level? Who wants
Watch
help,
your
maybe?
step. Interrupt.
I don't know. Used to say. Moose really just up and left. He's been sleeping in the front room. I thought he was gonna hang out in here with me all
Watch your
stream.
step.
Got a veteran warbound crossbow today. Time to make the Volpera Hunter. Nice. I've gotten very random pieces like that in Raid. I don't know what my next alt's gonna be, but they're gonna have some wonky stuff to wear. Any transmog in here? Looks like Baron Braunpike can drop a mace that I don't have yet. And then the quest that I'm on has 3 things that I can't learn right now, but they should kick in once that change goes through. Hard to resist leveling more, but I want to level something through the anniversary. Yeah, it's smart. It's a good time to do it. Did LFR on 3 characters last night. So much stamina. Got a BOE helm that's probably never going to sell. Warbound tier token. 3 other warbound items. Nice. I didn't even know you could get warbound tier tokens. That's excellent. Whoa. I'm losing steam a little bit here. I wonder if I'm just getting cold. Or if it's from doing Priory back to back because I messed up. Alright, come on, buddy. Drop me a mace.
Watch your step.
Not like that. Doesn't count. Oh, hey, thank you. Wow, I did not expect to get that. That was so unlikely. He actually dropped the maze. It's pretty cool looking, too. It's very chunky. It's got a lot of extra bling on it. It's funny. I feel like the white colored fragments are intended to look like they're shiny, but they're white no matter which way you spin it. They're independent of the lighting effects. So they're actually just like painted on. What are you doing in Priory? I have a quest. I'm trying to do side quests like Sojourner and Hallowfall. And I figure maybe the dungeon quests are relevant, because I definitely picked it up in Hallowfall. And the first time around I did it as a follower dungeon, but I had forgotten to speak with some NPC that was needed to actually start the dungeon quest outside of the dungeon. So we're back here again, but it's gone much faster this time. I can confirm that a random normal, or at least this random normal, is going much more smoothly than the follower dungeon did. Common denominator must be me. Yeah, it is kind of a whole thing. It has been a bit of a thing. Guess what I did yesterday? Should I let you guess? Sure. Assuming that you just showed up and you didn't catch the beginning of the stream where I told the story. At least he gives a lot of rep. Yeah, that'll be kind of nice. What did he do? Play WoW. True. Technically correct. The tea incident. No. Crafting my weapons. I crafted my gear finally. I spent my sparks and I used my crests. And I dropped a bunch of my gold to buy gold mats. And I'm the proud owner of a 619 Vagabond's Bounding Baton. Who they're calling a vagabond, I'll never know. Can't be me. with a Dark Moon Ascendance on it, and then also a cloak, also at 619, with the thing that doubles the weapon enchant. Yeah. It was like 100k. It hurt. I'm complaining about it to anybody that'll listen.
Watch your step.
And several people that won't. Crafted a shield today on my own
Watch
too,
your
no
step.
less. Stuff is expensive. I was feeling like it was the most gold I've ever spent on getting gear crafted since Shadowlands Legendaries. Those were like 100k a pop for a while. Or sorry, not your weapon enchant, but your weapon embellish. I forget the name of the thing. Grim something lining. There's a second embellish that doubles your weapon embellish. Not the Shadowlands Legendaries.
Watch your step. Watch your
Just
step.
had flashbacks. Yeah, it is kind of good. Was helping out in raid for sure. Okay, so I finished the quest and it looks like it turns in outdoors, so I should thank the people if they're still here and then leave. Going into armor crafting seems like a mistake if you don't plan on advertising yourself 24/7. Crafting orders in general, yeah. As a non-gold farmer, I hated Shadowlands Legendary upgrades. Yeah, those were spendy. Okay, with the two-hander costing around 100k. It's too much for me, but I guess it's not because I spent it. There we go. Well, we get another piece of transmog. I got 500 reputation. Is that it? Happy with that? I feel like there's not... I'm only 6 quests in here. And I only have 2 things marked on my map. And I don't have anything except for this delve quest. I guess we can go poke around over here, start some of those. Shadowlands was the first and so far only time I actually got into professions for a bit. Still living off gold I made in that time. Someone sold me the star-nosed mole mount for 50k. Looted Belladar spawn. Great week for mounts for me. Very nice. Congratulations. The gem is the Belladar. It'll tell you when you mouse over it. It tells you when it turns shadowed. Chickens? Zelda, thank you very much for the 50 holy smokes month resub. Welcome to Hill Helm Farm. Alright. This Lynx is called Myral Murder Mittens, which makes me think of the girl with dogs cat grooming videos. I do use World Quest List. It may or may not be enabled. It's causes problems sometimes, so I do turn it off if I don't need it. I should probably get into a DPS spec. So that I'm not stuck smiting something to death. Yeah, it throws errors. That's why I keep it off unless it's really important. Usually, anyway. Oh, my goodness. There's so many treasures over here. There is an alternative. I don't remember what it is, but there is another add-on that does that. Somebody was, when I was talking about World Quest List, somebody had suggested something else that had the same power. Of course, I can't be useful and remember what it was, but someone was talking about something. Angrier World Quest. That was it. That was the one. Angrier. I remember it had a funny name like that. I haven't tried it yet, but I've heard good things. I did install Profession shopping list today. I'm still on the fence. I have an irrational hatred for the weekly Hallowfall quests. There's like a week or something that people like to keep track of the bits that you've done. I don't know, it's just all chaos to me right now. What does the add-on do? I think it's like a checklist for all of the different objectives to kind of show you progress and how much of it you've done in a given week. I haven't tried it myself. I think it's a week aura. I'm not 100% sure. Cannot wait to have max Hallowfall rep and never go back there. Did you get the cat mount yet? And if not, is that something that's important to you? I kind of want the links. Am I the only person that doesn't have it yet? I've been only doing the most marginal of farming for it. I have an alt that levels with Hallowfall. Weekly quests. Opened 113 boxes, no link. Didn't know there was a mount to get. Yeah, it's like a... this bad boy. Dauntless Imperial links, I'm pretty sure. It can drop from the little boxes that you get for doing the various activities. So you get quite a few chances at it per week. Admittedly, I'm one of those guys that can say got the links in a second box. Thought it must be a high drop rate. You get to be that person with your friends. It's like, wait, you didn't get it? I thought it was like basically guaranteed. Love Hallowfall so much in general. I'm already at 21 renown. According to my renown, my favorite zone is the bottom one, but that's not true. That's just where I've been choosing to funnel my my weekly rewards to. I'm surprised that turning in that prior request didn't give me any side quest credit. I don't know what the drop rate is on the Awakening the Machine one. I haven't got that yet either. Oh, I didn't mean to pull a heal. I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm really sorry. You have loads of health. I regret everything. One of the quests has you, like, fighting rares. There are so many things in this expansion that I would have not have lived without health pots. They're worth every penny. Quest item. Oh, maybe it was the supplies. There's just so many arrows on your map, too. Yeah, now they want me to slay 2 rares. It's a very Ubisoft-inspired map. There's an amount you can get by healing someone in Hallowfall every day for 20 days. Oh, that's the first I'm hearing of that. That sounds kind of cool. What's you guys' rep with Hallowfall? I'm at 12, and I feel like I could be at more if I'd been putting more effort in. Some people must be done. 19, but I'm funneling. 20 for me. 16. Drops for the life on the farm achievement, which is a whole other thing. Yeah, I was seeing that there's transmogs. Even more watering cans and gardening tools. Currently, 0. 18. Messed up already? What do you mean? Didn't get the Darkmoon buff. Oh. If we're calling that messed up, then I have some sins to confess. Hardly did anything the first week. I know you can fish for these, but you could also just loot them. It's tricky because I have like actual side quests, and then I have like the event ones. And all of it gets rep. I want to do all of it. There's just so much. Oh, what did I get? I got a kitty cat. Alright, it's worth it. Everything's forgiven. Show cat. Wow. Yeah, 14 would be good. It would give my herbalist some more knowledge points. Although I'm pretty much just putting them in the lure drop, which I never find, but it would be something. Kind of looks like it has cataract. Okay. You know what I really want? Well, a few things. But I would love to find some torches or get some torches or whatever it is, and then loot a bunch of those treasures off my map to make them go away. There's so many of them. I don't know what's in them. I don't know if I want any of it. But there's so many of them that they're just like covering everything. Visible with a light source. Patrol torch, flickering torch, sentry flare launcher, etc. Also, I need a fishy. You can buy those, and I always remember that like as soon as I'm done farming them. That's not a real torch. Oh dear, I don't even have a quest for these golems. That's not good. Yeah, you can buy them. The Shadowblind groupers are actually regular items. So you could just pick up a 10 stack off the auction house, or you could carry around like 100 of them, so that every time they want you to do that quest, you already have them ready to go. They're cheap too. They're cheaper than other fish. Well, I don't have the flare. That's for sure. Could also throw him at a frog. What does that do? Gloom growth burned. Okay, so they've given me a patrol torch now. So instead of doing, instead of using this for my quest like they want me to, maybe I can... Aha! I can find things! Excellent. I'm sure there's other ways of getting a torch lit, but this will work. Maybe a little bit more this way. Oh, it allows you to fight the frog. That frog. Oh, I see. That makes more sense than just general frog harassment. Cyberwolf, thank you very much for the 60-month resub. Hi, everyone. Enjoy your upcoming weekend. Thank you very much. Somebody mentioned that it was a long weekend. And I don't know if it's true. I couldn't find anything on my calendar, but I never know when long weekends are. Farmhand stash. Oh, there. No, that's earth. That's dirt. I guess I could give up for now if I can't figure this one out. Don't normally say much. Wanted to say good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon to you. I hope you're having a lovely day. Let's try over here. What if I have the wrong torch? Because it was working good earlier. What happened? Or maybe it doesn't spawn in all of the places, so I'm looking for it. That could be it. Like that. Now, does that make them all disappear? No? Also, I got Wilbur the chicken. Begins a quest. Oh, excellent. Okay. I better get a chicken out of this. You can't just promise me a chicken and then take it away. In the process of clearing up my map, finished Hallowfall treasures today. Very nice. All for the rep, of course. Yeah, it's pretty satisfying. Hillhelm lunchbox. No? Alright. Well, we can get some more scallions. Disappointed that the chicken quest wasn't an export one. Wasn't like a 00x dash numbers. TN. I don't know why I always used to make a point to do those chicken quests. Like, at a certain point, you just have the pet. It's tradition. Yeah, I thought I was really gonna like this keystone keyflame thing at first. There's a few too many quests. It's just the harvest golems, I think, that I have a problem with. It's just the elites. All of the normal stuff looks fine. And feels fine. And I don't really mind having lots to do. That's alright. It's just, No, that really isn't showing up. Bit finicky? Oh, finicky's for sure a word. It's a word in my world. Map gets crowded, get overstimulated. Yeah. A little hard to keep track of what's going on. Or like which of the little side things you're turning in. What's going on? Hillhelm family quest. We are getting some of these treasures done. That's nice. But yeah, I'm fighting these things and I feel like I should be I should have a quest for it. It was really bad in the first week when I could barely even kill them. I had to wait for people to like come by and help. There it is. It is lots of rep, at least that's something. I must have not finished looting that dirt. Half of those are talking heads. Just leave me alone then. Do this, do that. You see this? Yeah. Maybe I'll get the kitty today, the big one. I'm gonna save up all my supply satchels. Wow, I only have one of them. I was gonna say I'm gonna save up all of these supply satchels. Wow, look how many. So exciting. And then I'll open them all at once. That was my plan. At least we get lots of these remnants. It's not hard for me to do the keyflames. I'm sitting on like 160 of them, so plenty to be getting on with. Oh no, not the potatoes. Robill, thank you for the 25-month resub. Appreciate it. Potatoes. I bought a 10-pound bag of potatoes because it was cheaper than the 5-pound bag of potatoes. And I gotta come up with something new to do with them. I have a bad habit of just letting them sit around until they get, like, they start making more potatoes. Should do like a big soup. I feel like there's gotta be some good potato soup recipes for like kind of a hearty, cool weather fall stew. Easy leftovers, that kind of thing. What do we want here? Remnant satchels. There's a load of potato soup I make that I love. What kind of stuff do you put in it? The problem I sometimes run into when I try potato soup recipes is sometimes they're a bit understated, which is like a nice way of saying bland. Even when they're like correctly seasoned with enough salt and stuff, sometimes they just don't have quite enough. I'm used to things with like a lot more flavor, I guess. Easy to put in spiced lentil soups. I do sometimes put like cubed potato into my lentil curry, actually, just to bulk it out some, if I remember, because it cooks nicely into the rest of it. It's not a bad idea. Ah, I see. Cooked rice for the first time? Yeah, I'm pescatarian, so I'm probably going to skip the bacon and sausage. Took 10 minutes, angry at myself how easy it was. Oh, congratulations! I hope this is the beginning of a beautiful rice journey for you. 10 minutes? Wow. I don't know if I've ever made rice in 10 minutes in my life. Brian Lagerstrom had a video. 5 things to do with potatoes. If you want to try something new and eat lots of butter. Try something new, yes. Lots of butter? I don't know. I don't know if I can afford lots of butter. Oh, I should light a few more torches. I'm capped on potatoes. Butter's expensive here. I mean, butter's expensive everywhere, but... But yeah, I like the idea of soups and stews. I do oven fry sometimes. They're just a bit... They're fine. Do you have a piping bag? Mash them up, use the bag, put shapes on a baking sheet, and bake it. That's very impressive. That's a lot of go-getter energy. I think that's incompatible with how I cook. I'm usually trying to do minimal steps, minimal dishes, minimal cleanup. I don't know if I'm piping shapes. That's the kind of thing I would have done in my 20s. I really appreciate the attitude. Oh man. I think one time I piped potatoes on top of like a shepherd's pie or a vegetarian shepherd's pie that I made because I wanted it to have like little peaks that could get browned in the oven. And then every time after that I was like, I'm just gonna whack it on there with a spoon and go much faster. Usually when I'm cooking, I'm thinking about 5 other things and none of them are cooking. Not in for a dish that takes literally 2 days. Not usually. It might depend on the hands-on time, because some things take a couple of days, but for most of that time you're not doing anything to it, like a sourdough. You know, you just like do 5 minutes of work every 6 hours or 8 hours or whatever it is for a couple days. That's reasonable if I remember to start. But yeah, I'm very energy efficient when it comes to cooking. We're not messing with many things that we don't absolutely have to be. But then I can't complain that I'm bored of the things that I make when I don't want to put any effort into making anything fancy. That's a me problem. The thing that makes me like cooking, or tolerate it, is putting on my own music. Either headphones or a speaker in my kitchen. I refuse to cook a cappella with just silence. I hate it. If I'm not dancing, I'm not cooking. It'll give me a lamplighter supply satchel. Alright, alright, alright. Did you pump all your rep into one faction? More or less. I get any bonus rep I get, I tend to pump into the Weavers. Just because I don't make it down there all that often, but I know she's got stuff that I want. Oh, I'm right on top of it. That's nice. It's nice getting all these things cleaned up. This is making my map feel more reasonable. I don't know about those bonus objectives, but... Musical cooking is also how my partner and I team cook. Aww. Music helps when I have to do anything in the kitchen. Also very important for cleaning. I can't listen to music when I vacuum because it's just too loud. And like, yeah, I could turn my music up more, but my poor eardrums, you know. But if I'm cleaning the bathroom or dusting or like doing anything that doesn't involve loud machinery, then headphones, tunes, is the way to go. Although I think it drives my partner nuts because like he'll want to ask me a question about something because we usually clean at the same time. And he's very sweet and he wants to do things in whatever way I want to do them. So sometimes he'll ask for, you know, like specifications and I'll just be like jamming away, scrubbing something, can't hear. Not very helpful. Grinding for my profession treasures and all. It's got a bunch of free gold due to tinder boxes. Nice. There is no loot. There is loot. Was that the loot? No, it's a surveyor's box. Oh, those are potatoes, I see. Yeah, sometimes these things just aren't up. I don't quite know what the deal is. Because I don't really want to do the quest, the Gloom Growth quest, because I don't want to run out of my, you know, I want to use that torch. I like that one. It's working. I really thought I was going to have more boxes in this. I have 2 lamplighter supply satchels. There's the radiant cache. Oh, I still had coffer keys to get. That's embarrassing. Ooh, there's a rare. I need that. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. This is gonna suck. They're not great to solo. Yeah, well. Here goes nothing. Oh, here really goes nothing out. Buy another for 5 shards, it's fine. Oh, there's dirt. There's a waxy lump. I need it. Nope, still not working. Alright. Oh, so the bonus objectives give them as well. Alright, well, we're 7 to 12 remnant satchels, so we'll try that. Bug 0, Hazel 1. And then I'm pretty sure I was just here. Eh, at least we made some progress. Remnant supply satchels. Were they just from anything? You can't waste. They won't let you waste fragments by like doing keyframes that you've already done, right? Like you have to, it has to exist. It has to be a thing. What's this? Oh, I got a pet! I just looted it from the ground! That's cute. That's fun. I like that. There's people around. Well, it's an NPC, but there you go. There's a mage. I don't keep nameplates on outside of raids, so it's easy for people to sneak by me. Plus, you never know how you're gonna get on a different shard. Don't know if you can run out of remnants. My alts do. Particularly the talent tree. I stay in Archon for Shadow Priest, but outside of that, not really. I grab the Wowhead ones. Oh, also, I'm not making any progress in this whatsoever. This is for the fungal enemies bonus objective, which I would need the scythe for. But yeah, you do get tons of... You don't need the scythe. The scythe is kind of nice. Can I ask you something about your nameplates? By all means. Sometimes I like the keyframe and I run away before anybody gives me a quest. What do you want? See, that one's just for rep. That's not going to give me a Lamplighter Satchel. I want as many chances as possible at the cat. I guess we'll just do as much as I can do in the next 10 minutes and then call it good. My Hallowfall rep must be up. Yeah, we're up to 13 and a half, so we're not that far off of 14 for the herb knowledge. Friendly nameplates, but cast bars. Why do you need to know what other people are casting? So friendly nameplates are not managed by add-ons, I think is the thing. So my plater can't touch them. There may be a way for me to turn off friendly cast bars. It would be somewhere in the default settings. I just haven't looked for it. It hasn't bothered me. But it's not something that I turned on purpose. You're right. It's not that important for me to know what other people are casting. It drives me nuts that friendly nameplates are not add-on driven because the default ones suck. They look so bad. Their visibility is awful, but I like using them regardless to see where all the low health people are to kind of aim my sanctifies, especially in raid. Yeah, I turn them on and off. Depending on what I'm doing, but I usually try to turn it back on for healing. It's not as important in dungeon, but helps me keep track of people. If I was playing a healer that didn't have directional stuff like that, I can't think of who, but then I probably wouldn't worry about it. But for Evoker, I needed it to figure out where to aim my cone breaths, and for Priest, I needed to figure out where to aim my Sanctify. Between us, there's one person parsing in the 90s. Oh. For now. I think it's a bit of a curse to have gotten one good parse like really early in the season, because now I feel like I've already done it and I don't need to I don't need to try anymore, so I'm like less motivated to try to optimize everything. Because I'm like, well, I already did it. I've won. Nothing else to see here. I looted an uncle's eye? Finally got back into WoW, enjoying myself so far. Nice. I consciously positioned as Ret to send my Divine Storm through the team so they get healed. Aww. This is going to give me a supply satchel. There we go. resonance crystals, which we always need, and a cat. Guaranteed, right? There's no way we don't get them out. I don't know why we're airlifting squash out of here. I clearly have not paid enough attention. That seems like a misuse of resources. Yeah, there's an actual zeppelin that's just yoinking out pumpkins. Oh, good grief. Oh, it worked. Hazel, would you call yourself a gamer? It depends on the context. Probably. I'm not sticking it in my Twitter bio or anything, or whatever the modern equivalent is. I am a person that plays games. But I don't know if it's really tied up with my identity the same way that it used to be when I was younger. I don't really know what my identity is tied to now. I guess less is more. None is good. There we go. Yeah, so we could get another satchel for doing whatever. Oh, the worms. Alright. Are these them? Yeah. Yeah, alright, alright. 8 worms, we can do it. Gnome priest? I mean, that's my character. And it does feel like my character. But when I'm walking around, like, buying bread, you know? I don't walk around thinking, I don't know if I feel like a gnome priest. It's more something that I do. Really dislike the Arathi request area. It's too much. It's so heavily, densely layered with things to do. It gets really overwhelming and feels like you're not sure what's important or like, or should you do all of it? It's a lot. Renown all up, getting there, except for like 12. I was 12 renown with Arathi this morning. We've gotten like 1.5 just from quests out here. Oh, we need more worms. Who plays WoW without music on? What do you mean? Oh, for earthen noises? Some people will, some people will. I know a lot of people will turn off the WoW music and then play their own music. Put on their Spotify or whatever it is. Did I get that? No, we need one more worm. Haha, I found it. Alright, we'll turn in these things and then I'll open as many lamplighter satchels as I have. I still need one more key flame rare, but what are you gonna do? If they're not just like floating around. I play without the in-game music or Spotify during Raid and some Mythic Plus for sound cues. Yeah, I'll do that if it's something that's like really important and like right on the edge of my capability, but I don't like trying that hard. I don't do it very often. Okay, well that looks a little better. It's not perfect, but it's okay. I guess there's an achievement for petting cats and that's why we have all these paw prints on the map. If I pet them, do the paw prints go away? Will that help? Hello, kitties? Oh, there's so many things. Kitties? Any kitties? Meow. The giant gem is Belladar. One of my add-ons must put it there. That one is invisible? Oh, you have to light the lesser key flame. I thought I did light the lesser key flame. The lesser key flame is lit. Nightclaw. Why was it? Oh, it's literally right there. It's huge. I don't know why I was looking for a little baby one. It's a big old cat. Oh yeah, that does turn it off. I should make a point to pet the cats when we've lit the key flames here. So this is a big key flame. I think I'm getting distracted. I said I was gonna open my boxes and leave, and that's probably what I should do. Instead of risking my life fighting elite spiders here. I'll call it good enough for now. The whole... No. Next time. There's always next time. I'll get that map cleaned up eventually. It's looking better. For a while, that whole area was so littered with icons that I didn't even want to go there. I was avoiding the whole thing. Alright, how many do I have? 4? 4 lamplighter supply satchels? Yeah. Alright. Any luck? 1? 2? No, 3? 4. No kitty, but I did get a pair of pants. We got some Warbound Adventurer male legs for a lucky shaman or hunter, or I suppose evoker alt, if it came to it. Goodness. Well, how did my rep do? Pretty good? 13.5. Getting somewhere. I guess I could buy cosmetic shoulders if it came to it. 14 will be good for the knowledge, and then at 15, there's a kitty. I don't know if that's a mount or a pet, but I want it. I am finished for today, but I'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be a fishing extravaganza stream because it'll be Saturday, the derby's coming back, and I think I'm going to try and fishing derby on 2 characters because they've made some changes that makes me feel like that's going to be my best move. So we're going to give it a try. I look forward to it. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.